Beginning. The first rule of Kallistron Station was simple. Do not stare. The station was a neutral crossroads orbiting a blue-white gas giant at the edge of known space. Hundreds of species passed through its rotating rings every cycle: traders, diplomats, refugees, scientists, pilgrims. Some had wings. Some glowed. Some communicated through color, vibration, or scent. Staring was considered rude at best. At worst, it could start wars. So when I felt eyes on me, intense, unwavering eyes, I noticed immediately. I was new to the station. Human. Earthborn. Assigned as a systems technician to help modernize Kallistron's aging power lattice. Humans were still a novelty this far out. Officially allied, unofficially mistrusted. I was walking through the central transit corridor when the feeling hit me again. That prickling awareness between the shoulder blades. I turned casually and froze. She stood on the upper observation tier, partially hidden behind a translucent energy barrier. Tall, willowy, skin the color of pale starlight with faint bioluminescent patterns drifting beneath it like slow currents. Her eyes were enormous, dark, reflective, and locked entirely on me. She did not look away. Around her, members of her species, later I'd learn they were called Varethi, moved with graceful indifference. They spoke softly among themselves. She remained still, watching. I looked away first. That was my mistake. Curiosity. Over the next few days, it became impossible not to notice her. Every time I entered a public sector, engineering decks, nutrient gardens, transit hubs, I felt her presence. Sometimes I caught glimpses, a reflection in a viewport, a silhouette behind privacy glass, the faint shimmer of her bioluminescence fading as she stepped out of sight. She never approached. She never spoke. She just watched. At first it unsettled me. Then it intrigued me. Hey, I asked Ren, a station liaison officer, during a maintenance check. You know the Varethi? Ren grimaced. Enough to avoid offending them. Why? There's one who keeps staring at me. Ren stopped working. Slowly looked up. Staring how? Like she's never seen a human before. Ren exhaled. She probably hasn't. The Varethi are isolationists. They study other species remotely. Direct exposure is rare. So, I'm a walking research subject? More like a curiosity, Ren said. They perceive motion, expression, and microgestures at insane levels. Humans aren't expressive. That explained nothing and everything. First contact. The first time she spoke to me, I nearly dropped my toolkit. I was alone in a secondary observation gallery, recalibrating a solar intake panel when her reflection appeared in the viewport beside mine. You move strangely, she said. I jumped, heart slamming. Stars. Don't do that. She blinked rapidly. Apologies. I did not intend to startle you. Her voice was musical, layered with harmonics that resonated faintly in the air. I turned fully toward her. Up close, she was breathtaking. Not in a human way, but in a way that made the universe feel larger. I am Salith, she said, of the Varethi Collective. I'm Alex. Human. Yes, she said immediately. Human. The word lingered on her tongue like a new flavor. You have noticed me watching, she added, not apologetic, simply factual. Hard not to, I replied. She tilted her head. Your species displays discomfort through tension of the jaw and elevation of heart rate. I find this fascinating. Glad my anxiety is entertaining. She paused. Is that sarcasm? I laughed despite myself. Yeah. Welcome to humanity. Her bioluminescence brightened slightly. Observation turns personal. After that, Salith stopped hiding. She still watched, but now she asked questions. Why humans gestured when speaking. Why we laughed at inappropriate times. Why our eyes changed when we were emotional. Why we sought connection even when it hurt us. I answered as best I could. In return, she explained the Varethi. They were observers by nature. Their species evolved around long lifespans and collective memory. Acting impulsively was dangerous to them. Attachment was rare. You are difficult to stop observing, she admitted one cycle as we sat in the arboretum, artificial stars glowing above us. Your expressions shift constantly. Your emotions surface without restraint. Is that bad? No, she said softly. It is compelling. I felt my face warm. That's when I realized something terrifying. She wasn't just studying me anymore. She was curious about me. Conflict. The station council noticed before I did. I was summoned to a formal inquiry chamber, Salith present, flanked by 2 Varethi elders whose glow was dim and controlled. The Varethi do not form singular fixations, one elder said. It destabilizes perception. Salith stood rigid. I am not destabilized. You have altered your cycles. Your focus. Your emotional output, the other said. All centered on the human. I swallowed. If this is a problem, I began. I can request reassignment. No, Salith said sharply. Silence rippled through the chamber. She turned to me, eyes luminous. You will not leave because of me. The elders exchanged uneasy pulses of light. This fascination cannot continue, one declared. You will return to observation at a distance. Salith's glow dimmed. I felt something tighten in my chest. Realization. She stopped coming after that. No questions. No presence in the galleries. No watching eyes. The station felt colder. Days passed. Then weeks. I told myself it was for the best. Until I received a message on my personal console. Observation Chamber 7. After rest cycle. I went. Salith stood alone beneath the dome. Stars spinning slowly above us. I attempted distance, she said quietly. It did not work. Salith. You affect my cognitive patterns, she continued. When you are absent, my thoughts fragment. This has never occurred before. I took a careful step closer. What are you saying? Her eyes met mine unblinking. I believe, she said, that my people would call this detachment. The word carried weight. And humans? She asked. I smiled faintly. We call it a crush. Or the start of something worse. She considered that. Is it dangerous? Sometimes, I admitted. But we do it anyway. Her glow brightened, uncertain, hopeful. Climax. The council intervened swiftly. Salith was ordered to return to Varethi space. Immediate departure. No further contact. She found me before her shuttle launched. I was not meant to feel this, she said, voice trembling. But I do. I stood there, surrounded by machinery and stars and rules that suddenly felt very small. You don't have to choose me, I said. Your people. I am choosing, she interrupted. For the first time. She placed her hand over her chest, then extended it toward me, a Varethi gesture of personal bond. Will you be observed? She asked softly. If I stay. I didn't hesitate. Yes. Ending. The decision changed everything. Salith remained on Kallistron Station under a new classification, cultural liaison. The Varethi collective revised centuries-old doctrine, cautiously at first, then openly. Observation became interaction. Curiosity became exchange. As for us, we didn't rush. We talked, learned, misunderstood each other constantly. But every time I caught her watching me across a crowded corridor now, there was warmth in her glow. Not study. Not fascination. Recognition. One evening, as the station rotated into artificial night, she leaned beside me at the viewport. "I no longer need to watch you constantly," she said. "Oh," I teased. "Getting bored already?" "No," she replied, resting her head lightly against my shoulder. "Because now I understand you." I smiled, stars reflecting in the glass. And somewhere in the endless traffic of Kallistron Station, the universe quietly grew a little smaller and a lot more connected. End of story.